He's never been beaten on this track before.
Okay, we're split time. Fastest to the bridge so far.
Pikes Peak record holder for 13 years, that car. He means business.
Oh my gosh.
Back at the starting line, there's the king of the mountain, Rod Millen. Now, as the fastest qualifier, he has the choice of going first or last. He decided to go first, and he is going to set the mark so he can avoid what happened last year in his duel with Nobuhiro Tajima.
Yeah, last year with the race course deteriorating, he went second. Tajima might have had a little bit of an advantage, and Rod also said, hey, Gary Lee Knoyer's right in front of me. He's pretty successful here. I'd like to go right after him.
You're on board, and that camera is literally no more than 3 inches off the road surface. Now, what happened also to Millen last year was he got a signal from his pit crew that he was 16 seconds in front of Tajima. It turned out to be 6. He backed off the throttle, and he ended up losing by 7/10 of a second. That's the main reason he decided to go first. He's going to set the mark and make Tajima match him, and look at him flying.
I tell you, this car is incredible, and this is an amazing blend between technology and one of the best off-road drivers in the world.
Here we go to halfway picnic grounds. How fast is Millen going to be? 129 miles an hour. Can he stop it through this corner?
Wow, he doesn't seem to be slowing down too much. And let me talk a little bit about the Toyota team here. This is technology at its zenith. Toyota has put in a lot of money. They want this win, and they want to break the 10-minute barrier. They put in research, they put in time, they put in money, and they put the best guy for the job as a pilot. We'll just have to wait and see if he can do it.
Find out just how quick he is. Now remember, in qualifying, he ran this section in 4 minutes, 28.17 seconds. He is 9 seconds quicker, so Millen is on a good run.
He really is. And now he's at that paved section that he was talking about that he wasn't real fond of. But I tell you, tires might be a factor. See how they handle the wear and the roughness of the paved section. You can see there, you can see the little chunks of gravel, the little abrasive things that will cause wear and tear on those tires and heat them up.
900 horsepower. This is the old Dan Gurney GTP motor that he ran in his Toyota Eagles, and it is just screaming up this mountain. Specially designed race car. I mean, this thing, purebred all the way, 1,950 pounds. In fact, at 100 miles an hour, it generates 1,950 pounds of downforce, which is just incredible in my mind.
Well, I'm sure Rod is strapped in and hanging on for dear life here.
Coming up to the top of the W's, Rod Millen. He is hanging it out, trying to get as much grip as he can. You can see how much dust and dirt is being kicked up by those 4 BF Goodrich tires. Look at him, he locked up the right front.
He locked the right front, and he flipped it around. Rod is really trying as hard as he can here. And I tell you, there are 2 races going on right now. There is the race to win, to beat Tajima, and there is the race to beat the elusive 10-minute barrier.
And that's been the problem for everybody all day. Here is Rod Millen. Is the 10-minute barrier going to fall? No, he's just crossed it. Now, oh, look out, Rod. If he hooks that tire just a little bit further, he could have been shot across and off the mountain. He's going to come to the finish line. Will he stop the clock at 10 minutes, 13.64 seconds? Back at the Chevrolet Pikes Peak Auto Hill Climb, you're looking at Rod Millen as he makes final preparations for his run at the mountain. And this is what Unlimited's all about.
Basically, Unlimited is that. You have to meet all safety specifications. Other than that, bring it as fast as you can.
Back at the starting line, Rod Millen in that 2.1-liter turbocharged modified GTP motor, Rod from Newport Beach, California, as he is ready to go. And it is down to these two racers, the final two, and we're on board right out the nose. And hold on, because this is going to be a thrill.
I tell you, just sitting here in my chair, I am scared. This is unbelievable. Look how fast he is going. This is a purpose-built race car. It is built strictly for the purpose of winning at Pikes Peak and conquering the overall mountain.
Now remember, this has got the modified version of the old GTP power plant that Dan Gurney had in his Toyotas, and a modified GTP wing. I mean, talk about purpose-built. You're right on target.
Yeah, this motor, we're not exactly sure exactly how many horsepower, but it's probably 700 plus, and you figure a car that only weighs 1,900 pounds, that is something.
He qualified first, 4 minutes, 38.62 seconds, and through Engineers Corner safely.
Looks very in control.
Back on board with Rod Millen as we are approaching halfway picnic grounds. We'll get an idea. Remember, 119 for Novo Hero, 126 for Rod Millen.
Rod is really flying there, and I know that Rod really wanted to break the 10-minute barrier. Last year, after coming so close, his main goal in coming up here, and Toyota's goal, was to conquer the 10-minute barrier. That's something that they really wanted to do for a long time, and we asked Rod earlier if he was disappointed that they were not running to the top.
No, not at all. You know, we've always known, you know, this is Pikes Peak. You know, all the elements are going to be thrown at us. You know, we've seen it happen in the past. Not as bad as this. But no, we always knew that the car will go under 10 minutes if we have as good a conditions as we had in '94. No, it's not disappointing to them at all. They're thrilled that we qualified fastest, and, you know, race day will try our best effort there as well.
Well, we could get technical and say he will break the 10-minute mark. Of course, just about everybody is, because we're running 3 miles shorter. Boy, he has got this car flying. And here he comes. The time to beat on the left is Nobuhiro Tajima's. He's going to do it by how much? 5.4 seconds. So a 5.4 second lead for Rod Millen.
Now, Rod, sometimes these guys know how they're doing in the car, sometimes they don't. Each team has their own form of timing, have guys rating to them, but the only official time that counts is the one that the hill climb keeps.
Let's sit back. You are heading for, oh my, that is nothing but a drop off into oblivion with Rod Millen.
Now, Rod, that would scare a lot of people, but Rod Millen is probably one of the most experienced guys you're ever going to find at Pikes Peak. He raced in rally events in Southeast Asia, New Zealand, Australia. He's also a 3-time champion of the Mickey Thompson Stadium off-road races. So this guy has a world of experience.
On Ragged Edge. That's the name of the stretch here. And so now the pressure is on Rod Millen. Now remember, he had a 5.5 second lead at Glen Cove.
Oh, that is scary right there.
I'll tell you what, I got to hold my breath for a bit. I'm just going to watch.
And listen to how smooth Rod is as he heads up to this corner. You can hear him real smooth as he works his way up through the gears. You can hear on the throttle, very smooth in and out of the corners.
See how high we are? Those are clouds right out the right window of Rod's Toyota.
That's why they call this race the race to the clouds. Now, I want to point out something on Rod's driving style. See how he flicks the car to the outside of the track and then corrects back to the inside? And look how smooth the car slides all the way around the corner. That is a style characteristic of very successful rally drivers, something that Rod has brought to the mountain.
And remember, this is an all-wheel drive Toyota. The time to beat on left side, 7:53. Rod Millen, is he going to do it? Millen by 0.7 of a second.
Now the question was, could Pikes Peak champion Millen beat the time in his Toyota Celica? At the top, Tajima and Bourne awaited his arrival. It was close, but Monster came out the winner by a margin of only 3 seconds.